What's up, everybody? It's Lance from Tribe, and we're here with another one of our over-the-top LJ builds. This customer brought us his own stock 04 LJ in khaki to build him a super reliable, super stout, off-road trail style Jeep. Not a hardcore rock crawler, but something with enough clout that he would never have to worry about being off-road far away from camp or town or wherever they had started the trail. We used a lot of Motobilt armor, which is great. We got the stubby bumper up front. It holds this Warren Xeon winch perfectly. They mate really well together. We used their high flare fenders, get a little extra clearance for these big tires without having to lift it real high. The same thing on the side. The sliders and the fenders all match. They mate together. They look great. We also use this carbon fiber hood from Genrite. It's kind of the best of both worlds. They match the khaki, but left some of the carbon fiber exposed with a lot of clear. It looks really slick. We use the Motobilt armor throughout this build. Front and rear bumpers, highline fenders, the tub armor, the rock slider, the rear corner guards, and the highline fender and the 4-inch in the rear. This really shows you how you can raise those fender lines and run a much larger tire with less lift to keep your center of gravity low. Our customer chose to detail these out in super gloss black, and it's a killer look with the khaki. From the side, you can tell we've moved these axles a little further apart to give us some more wheelbase. This TNT long arm kit gives you the ability to do that. We use the Genrite rock crawler tank that helps you pooch the rear back, and in the front, we just make just enough room. We move the gearbox forward just a little, the axle forward just a little, try to get the maximum wheelbase you can. For our heavy duty axle knees, we called our friends at East Coast Gear Supply, and they set us up with a 1-ton Dana 60 high pinion front with kingpin knuckles, an ARB, and a 14 bolt in the back, also with an ARB. For suspension, we used a TNT long arm kit, 2-inch Radflow coilovers, and 2-inch bump stops, front and rear. And for the steering, we used a PSC cylinder assist setup. Our customer chose the Mickey Thompson Baja Boss MT in a 40 for this build. This is the DOT compound. We wrapped them around the Raceline Monsters, and it's a killer looking combination.
On the interior, we used some custom PRP seats. We made our own console for the winter shifter, the shifters for the Atlas transfer case. We got a Switch Pro 8-band command center in there for all of the lights and everything else that goes on in the Jeep. We put a bed rug in there. Under that bed rug, we've got a lot of sound insulation. We got a lot of heat insulation. Really make the interior of this thing as nice as it can be for a Jeep. We use autometer gauges in their own custom-made pod for the Jeep Wrangler dash, and it turned out really great.
Under the hood, we got an all aluminum L33. We put a fast truck intake on it for a little more torque. And inside the engine, we called our friends at Brian Tooley Racing, and we did a stage 2 truck cam kit. We've got Hydro Boost brakes. You can see the reservoir for the PSC steering. It's also the reservoir for the Hydro Boost brakes. In here, we've got a BP Automotive harness and a dual ARB air compressor to run the front and rear locker. And we have it stubbed out front and rear so you can run any accessories you want and air up tires. We hope that you enjoyed our LJ build. If you've seen the last few videos, you might think all we do here is build LJs. That's not the truth. It just happens to be what's come in the door in the order that they came in the door. If you've got any kind of Jeep, any kind of truck, anything that you want, if you got a daily driver, you just want to make more your own, or you've got an over-the-top build you're ready to get done, come see us, reach out to us on our socials, give us a call, Tribe-16.